Christopher Nolan is back after the near billion-dollar sweep that was Oppenheimer. This time he's taking on The Odyssey, an adaptation of Homer's ancient Greek epic, The Odyssey. A $250 budget, Matt Damon at the helm, and Lupita Nyong'o as who? What? Oh. Uh-oh. You can already guess what this is about. Let's get right into it. Originally, there was a strong rumor that Lupita Nyong'o was being considered to play Athena. Now, that idea alone already didn't land well with a lot of people online. But then the teaser dropped. We saw her standing next to John Berthal's Menelaus. And the rumors shifted immediately. She isn't a goddess. She's actually the queen of Sparta. She's Helen, the face that launched 1,000 ships. And that's where things get even messier. And not just the usual bad faith crowd. The backlash wasn't random. It came from a very few specific concerns that are kind of worth addressing honestly instead of pretending that they just don't exist. From what I understand, because I have not read The Odyssey for this video, the film stars Matt Damon as Odysseus, a Greek king, and chronicles his journey home after the Trojan War as he attempts to reunite with his wife, portrayed by Anne Hathaway. So during his journey, he'll run into mythical creatures like cyclopses, sirens, and witch goddesses. It's supposed to be an epic Greek mythos, right? But people are arguing that in the Bronze Age, a sub-Saharan woman in the specific seat of power of Spartan queen breaks the immersion. Now, let's be real, black people weren't present in ancient Greek in the positions of power the way Helen would have been, if they were present at all. So if you're a viewer who goes to movies for historical recreation, then, it's easy to get why you're mad. For viewers who know the history or think they know it, because that's important, this can be pretty much immersion breaking. And once the immersion is broken, the viewing experience suffers. You stop watching the movie and start watching the decisions. Now, while sub-Saharan Africans referred to by the Greeks as Ethiopians, I'm not really sure how they're pronouncing that, but they're basically ancient Ethiopians. They were known as very respected warriors and called the most just of men as per Homer himself. Seeing a black woman, though, in the specific ruling position, again, Queen of Sparta, is it possible? Sure, it's not impossible, but is it likely? Probably not, right? Let's be real. Then there's the race swapping debate. We collectively agree whitewashing was bad because it erased heritage and retold them inaccurately. So the question being asked now is blackwashing a historical European role just the same mistake in a different direction? If authenticity matters for one, does it not matter for the other? You can't argue morality one way and then dismiss it the other way just because it benefits representation. Now, if this was a real character, I'd be a little bit more stuck on that particular position, as I did do for the Denzel video, where I referenced why Denzel isn't the best look for this character that he's playing, Macrinus, in Gladiators 2. It's already one thing to, ask viewers to buy into this version of the past. Then something feels too off like this, especially something as visible as race, it can pull knowledgeable viewers out of the story completely. Now, all that being said, I have counterpoints to consider because there are massive flip sides to this. One, movies aren't historical textbooks. They're art. Think of it like drawing a house, though that may sound rudimentary. If you ask 10 people to draw a house, you're going to probably get like 10 different houses. Nolan isn't a historian. He's an artist giving us a parallel dimension, a version of the myth that is his version. At the end of the day, the film is art, not a museum exhibit. That's what filmmaking kind of is. A director's re-rendering of reality, the way they see it or would like to see it, or a story that they want to tell. A what if it looked like this instead kind of thing. And that's how we get very unique and interesting worlds and interesting stories. This role, whoever it goes to, isn't shallow, mind you, as well. You may not like it, but Lupita is an Academy Award-winning powerhouse. She's a great actress. Nolan's film require a psychological depth and emotional depth, restraint, intelligence, and presence. All of that sometimes the director themselves can't just bring out. The actor has to be able to reach that level. Most actors can't touch that level. If you want a Helen who is more than just a pretty face, someone with the gravity to actually cast a 10-year war, Lupita is one of the only people on the planet I think who can deliver that really effectively. To me, it seems myths survive because they evolve. By casting a global icon like Lupita, Nolan is reclaiming the Trojan War as a universal human story, not just a regional one. It makes the foundational myth of the West feel alive for a global audience in 2026. But here's the truth nobody likes admitting. Most people don't care about historical accuracy. They care about whether the movie feels believable. Period films are full of inaccuracy, armors, wrong accents, modern dialogue, and wildly inaccurate timelines. And almost nobody notices. That tells you everything you really need to know. And though race is an easy thing to see and point out, but like House of Dragons, after a minute, you lose yourself in the world anyway, and stop questioning whether or not these people belong here or not. But let's talk about the real reason this is happening. I mean the real reason. It's marketing, baby. Like I said, historical epics, Braveheart, Gladiator are filled with wrong armor and fake events, and nobody cares about the movie's believability. It just needs to be believable enough. Nolan can put a cowboy on an alien planet if the painting looks good, if you get what I mean. Now, let's zoom out and talk like adults for a second. This movie cost $250 million. That means the goal is not academic accuracy. The goal is butts in seats, people. Nolan's name puts people in theaters. I will watch this regardless of whatever. I will watch it because it's a Nolan film and I like his films. Matt Damon's name, that'll put people in seats. Lupita Nyong'o's name will also put people in theaters. That's just the math. Plus, every outrage video on YouTube and every Twitter thread is just free advertising. Believe me, if a studio, okay, hear me out, if a studio thought that they could get away with a white MLK and make billions of dollars, they would try it in a heartbeat. They don't care about the source material, they care about the draw. Look at 300, historically absurd. Come on. Still iconic though. Look at the movie Wanted, right? It's a comic, and in the comics, the character Fox was modeled after Halle Berry. When they couldn't get her, they just swapped her out for Angelina Jolie. Why? Because Angelina draws a crowd. You couldn't get Halle Berry to draw that crowd, so you got Angelina Jolie to try and draw the crowd again or a different crowd. Period. Right? Because what's better? Putting another black girl that looks the part or getting a powerhouse like Angelina Jolie to bring in butts? Which brings me to the go woke, go broke thing. I don't even think that's real, to be honest. It's more so that the people in charge of these woke type things, they can't write to save their lives. They're not writing good, compelling stuff. Bad movies fail because they are bad. If you can write and direct a masterpiece, people forget the politics. They have always been more bad movies than good movies. That hasn't changed. It's just that now we're attributing it to one thing. Whether that one thing is right or not, I think it comes down to the fact that these writers are just not good at selling these concepts and these ideas in a digestible way. And also, the ones that actually can do it, having a harder time doing it because even when they do it relatively okay, so many people are so locked into finding these issues that it's hard to sweep it under the rug or just have it be blended into the story. Someone's still going to point it out. If you write a good story, direct it well, cast strong actors, I genuinely believe people forgive everything else. And I think House of Dragons proved that. Some people hate it still, whatever, but millions love it, and nobody's boycotting HBO because good storytelling wins every single time. If Nolan delivers a masterpiece, the accuracy debate will be a footnote. At the end of the day, this isn't about morality or history. It's about markets, attention, and execution. If the movie is good, people will move on. They'll absorb it, they'll love it, it'll become some of their favorite movies of all time. And if it's bad, they'll blame everything except the real reason, that the execution was terrible. And I think that's how it's always really been. But, at the end of the day, we actually can't confirm that she is going to be playing who people think she is. We ultimately will just have to wait until the movie comes out.